Hey guys, my name is Richard. I'm 33 years old and I'm gay. Some of you are probably confused or shocked about this, especially for those of you who know me very well and who have known situations that have gone in my life. Especially for those of you who are close to my family, especially knowing that I was married. Yeah, so for those of you who know me and Tab, we're actually divorced now. We've been divorced for a few months now, but it was an amicable divorce. She and I are still really close. We're really close friends. We're best friends, actually, and she's very supportive in this journey that I've been going through and has been the most supportive person that I just needed. So, while it was a sad time knowing that I'm not with the person that I was with for a third of my life anymore, we both felt that this would be the best for the both of us. Um, I don't think just for me, but also for her to kind of be on her own journey as well. But I decided to do this video for a couple of reasons. First of all, a lot of people were asking like why I moved to Lubbock or how things are going on, how are things between Tab and I and everything. So yeah, I just wanted to clear the air because honestly, sometimes it gets really exhausting having to explain everything over and over and over again. Um, but she's doing fine. She's doing great. But I think we just really appreciate everyone's privacy. Um, but I think for so long I've navigated my life through fear and through secrecy and through deception only because I wasn't true with who I was or wasn't being my genuine self. And still, even to this up to this point, like I was still kind of going back and forth whether I should do this or not. But I felt that it was about time, and I think I've come to the point in my life where I have accepted me for who I am, and I'm open and I feel comfortable with it. Um, Growing up was very hard. At a very early age, I had these constructs of what masculinity should be, especially growing up in a home with toxic masculinity. I had an idea of what a man should be like, mainly from my father and a lot of my uncles. Um, and suffice it to say, it wasn't like the best examples. Um, but even at a very early age, I already knew that I was very different. I remember um, playing with dolls in like pre-elementary school and just being ridiculed by my uncles and even by my own father, being called faggot in our language. So I grew up with that in my mind and fearful of that, just being ridiculed all the time. So I kind of lived my life mimicking them, mimicking how I should live or what it meant to be a man. And any sort of femininity or feminine quality was something that I definitely needed to avoid. So I hid a lot, or I tried very hard to not be someone who I was actually. I think I think the hardest part was feeling so alone, and just thinking that there's no one else who knows about this. So, and growing up, I didn't have anybody to turn to talk about how I really feel. So throughout middle school and high school, I told myself I need to like girls. I should pursue girls because that's what everyone expects. And even during that confusing time, I still wasn't happy. And I thought to myself, why do I need to do this? So even when I went to church, the only reason why I would go to church was because I grew up thinking that being gay was a sin, and that I would just tell myself I'm going to go to hell, or I'm an abomination, or that kind of thing. And so I went to church for the purposes of thinking that it would help it go away, and that I could just pray the gay away, and that if I just keep praying about it, then it will go away. But it never did. So when the whole church thing didn't work out, I met my then fiance and thought like, okay, maybe if I got married, maybe that will help make it go away. So even at my early 20s, I thought that it was still possible for it to go away. So we eventually got married, and obviously it did not go away. And I think it had gotten to the point where I was just tired of being unhappy and not being genuine to myself. So back in February of this year, I finally came out to Tab. I told her that I'm gay, and that I had known that I'd been gay for a long time, and my biggest fear was that she would basically hate me, that for ruining her life, for wasting her time. But she showed nothing but love. And if there's anything that anyone can get from our story, is that I hope that they can see the love even despite everything that I put her through, or everything that I brought her through, that she was still able to love me, and that she supports me, and that she was understanding. After I came out to Tab, like a week later, I came out to my family, and I thought hard about it because I was really scared, especially scared of my dad. He was my biggest mountain that I felt I had to face. But when I came out to my family, I came out to them one by one, like my mom first, and my siblings, and they were all supportive. And I didn't even want to come out to my dad at all, but he just so happened to be in the room when I was FaceTiming my mom, and he came in, and both my mom and I were in tears already. He was asking what was wrong, and I finally just opened up and I told him, Dad, I'm gay. And he started to cry, and I started to think, like, I'm pretty sure he's going to disagree with this and going to be really mad about it. But the irony behind it is that my dad had never told me he loved me my whole life. But in that moment, as he was crying, he told me that he loved me and that I'm still his son no matter what. And it was the greatest feeling to know that after being so hidden for so long and feeling so alone, that I had such a great support system through Tab, through my family, people who love me and care about me. So it was so that gave me the courage and the confidence to finally live the life that I want to live, that life of genuinity, being true to who I am, and not living in fear or shame anymore. Um, I mean, it hasn't been easy. I'm very thankful for my experience with my family and with my ex-wife and everything, and it's uh, but it hasn't been all nice and smooth, of course. I've because I because I went to church for so long, I know a lot of church people. I know people like who are a lot more conservative than others, or a lot more radical in their views. So as expected, I've been called an abomination, and I've been told that I'm going to go to hell, and have people praying the gay away still for me, which is totally fine. Appreciate their prayers. Um, and I even had somebody refer me to a conversion therapist in Washington State. So it's rough, and I know it's a process, but I think I've come a long way to come to this point where I feel comfortable in being myself and accepting me for who I am. So I just wanted to make this video to kind of clear that, um, and also to maybe encourage other people like who may have been in the same situation that I was in. I mean, I know my situation isn't unique, and a lot of people out there are probably going through the same thing. So, but everybody has their time. Um, I never felt pressured to have to come out, or but if there is somebody out there who is feeling pressured, or just I think just know when you're ready, when you're safe, when you feel like you're safe, when you feel like you're comfortable to do it, then that's when you do it. And if that may not be anytime soon, there are supports out there, other organizations that you can turn to for the help that you need, so that you don't feel so alone, that you don't feel so lonely. Um, yeah. I'm still the same person that I am, though, and I think that my sexuality is a big part of my life, but I don't think it's the only aspect of my life. I'm still a friend. I'm still a son. I'm still a brother. I'm still a math teacher. I'm working on my grad school, and I still want to continue my education, and I want to still live this life the best that I can. Um, the only difference is now I have nothing to hide, and now I feel really free, and I'm really happy. I think the happiest I've ever been in my whole life. So if I can encourage anyone, it's just that this video may inspire you to live genuinely and to find what truly makes you happy. Because once you're happy, then you can live that fulfilled life, and you have nothing else to fear.